With prices going up everywhere due to inflation and even greedflation, is it possible to find a good deal anymore? It definitely is, but it requires a bit more work. In today's episode, I'm going to reveal all my secrets for how I get the best deals on everything. Let's go!
This is your money on easy mode with Damien from the PSA.
Welcome to the show. My name is Damien, and I'm that weird friend of yours who obsesses over credit card sign-up bonuses, index fund expense ratios, and high-yield savings account interest rates. In today's episode, we'll see that another hotel chain is increasing the number of points you need to stay for free for a night. Then I'll show you all of my tools and tips to get the best deals on every purchase. And finally, we'll see how the introduction of surge pricing in the fast food industry has led to a lot of angry customers.
And now for some headlines.
My fourth rule of responsible credit card usage is to make sure you use your points. Don't just hoard them. There are people all over the internet who love showing off that they've got 1,000,000 points banked with Chase Ultimate Rewards. But the problem with doing that is that those points become devalued over time. Companies will increase the number of points that are required in order to use those points. For the regulars in the rewards travel industry, they know that Hyatt has one of the best values when it comes to redeeming your Chase Ultimate Rewards points for free hotel night stays. People love Hyatt because the redemption rate is pretty good and their awards chart is pretty compact. So meaning the difference between staying for a cheap night and an expensive night isn't that big of a range compared to other hotel chains, and they have fewer blackout dates. Well, the sad news is that Hyatt at the end of March of 2024 is going to increase the number of points required for a free night at some of their hotels. Now, this isn't uncommon. In fact, they usually do this reevaluation once a year in the springtime. Taking a look at their website, we can see some of those changes. If we look at the United States, for example, in Arizona, to stay at the Hyatt Regency in Scottsdale, it is currently a level 5, but it's going up to a level 6, meaning that instead of needing 20,000 points, you'll now need 25,000 points to stay there for a night. We can see also that some have gone the other direction. This is pretty rare. For example, in California, the Wild Palms Hotel went from a Category 2 down to a Category 1. So now one night in a standard room, instead of costing you 8,000 points, will cost you 5,000. So what does this mean for you? Use your points as soon as you would like to use them. Don't hoard them looking forward to some future date because they will become devalued. Looking at Hyatt specifically, if you've got some stays coming up and you know about them, it pays to book today rather than waiting till April when they will probably take more points to stay for a night.
Let's get to the main story.
Today's main story is a roundup of some of my favorite tools and tips for shopping, mostly online, but also a tip for shopping in person. If you listen to the podcast, this is a good episode to go and find me on YouTube and watch it in video because I'll be demoing some of these tools. First up, let's talk about Amazon. Amazon is the behemoth when it comes to online shopping, and they have been skirting along on their reputation of having the lowest prices, which is no longer true. Let me tell you about that. So Amazon started out to become the marketplace of everything, and they did have the cheapest prices on things. But over the years, those prices have increased. One reason for those price increases is that Amazon has now become a marketplace. So it's not just Amazon that is selling you things on Amazon. There are many other third-party vendors who sell at all sorts of different price points on the platform. I know a lot about this because my wife sold on Amazon for a couple of years, and we learned all the dirty secrets behind how Amazon's prices get determined. Let's take a look. All right, starting off our tour of Amazon and how to find the best prices on the website, I pulled up this Baratza conical burr coffee grinder. Side note, I got this coffee grinder for Christmas a couple of years ago. I love it. Super noisy, but it's a burr grinder, so the grind goes out to exactly the right size. Beautiful grinder. All right, let's get off that tangent. So we see here first bit of terminology I have for you is the buy box. This is the featured price and the featured vendor. A lot of mystery goes into how the buy box gets decided, but Amazon decides if they're going to sell it to you or a third-party vendor is going to sell it to you and what that price will be. We can figure out who's selling it if we look down here under sold by. So it ships from Amazon and it's sold by some company or vendor called Pause Coffee Gear. When it says ships from Amazon, that means that Pause Coffee Gear has shipped their product into Amazon's warehouses and Amazon will be doing the delivery. That's great because then it usually qualifies for free delivery and often for prime delivery. If it ships from the vendor, then you might have longer shipping times. But did you know that this isn't the only vendor you can buy this product from? It could be listed by many other vendors as well. You can see that if we scroll down past the buy box and click on this new 13 from 149. Also down here, these 3 other featured sellers are selling it on Amazon for 2 of them for the same price. If we click on this number 13, we can see all the vendors listed who are selling this product. Currently, the price in the buy box is $149, but there are other vendors selling it for the same price, or all of these are selling it for the same price. That one's a lot higher, not sure who would buy that one, but this one could be delivered today. The other ones have different delivery windows. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. When you're shopping on Amazon for a product, there's probably not just one vendor selling it, and they may have different price points and different delivery windows, which might be more interesting to you than what's featured in the buy box. Okay, next thing I want to show you is how to tell the price history of a product on Amazon over time. There is a Chrome extension called Keepa that you can install and use for free, and it adds things to your Amazon pages. So if we scroll down past the product description, we'll see this crazy chart from Keepa. There's a lot going on here, but what's important to remember is the buy box price, which is this purple line. That shows you the price that's been featured in the buy box over time. Amazon is this orangish line, and that tells you what Amazon's been offering it for. So sometimes Amazon has the buy box, but sometimes someone else does. Let's look at this point in time from February 26th. The buy box was at $149.95, which is what it is today, but Amazon was selling it for $187.44. So a third-party vendor was featured in the buy box and had a better price. If we go back in time to December 9th of last year, we see that the buy box price was $119.18. So maybe if we wait a bit until the fall or the winter of this year, the price would drop again. So using the Keepa extension, you can see price history over time, where the buy box has been at, and where Amazon's price has been at. Last thing I want to show you on Amazon, but this really works across all websites where you purchase things, is the Honey extension. We click on this tab over here, Honey will show me the price compared at 2 different stores. So right now, they're telling me compare prices at 2 stores. And we see that this product is featured for sale at Amazon and at Newegg. So Honey's telling me that by shopping at Amazon, I am getting the best price. That is their top pick. Honey is very useful for tracking the prices across different websites and showing you the best deal that you can get. So those were some pointers on how to shop on Amazon to get the best prices and how to use Honey to compare prices across different websites. Next up, let's talk about discount codes. Many websites where you purchase things, when you go to checkout and are putting in a form of payment, will have a box for a discount code. There are websites such as Retail Me Not, which keep track of those discount codes and how successful their use has been in the recent past. Let's take a look at RetailMeNot. Okay, here we are on RetailMeNot's website at their web page for the vendor Newegg. Newegg is an online vendor who sells a lot of different products. We see here that RetailMeNot is advertising a couple of different discount codes. One they claim is 15% off store-wide. We can see that it is a verified code. Not sure who's verified that. It was added by this user, and it's been used 102 times today. So since it's been used that many times today, there's a pretty good chance that it's a valid code. Reading a bit further on this discount code, it looks like it's 15% off when you pay with Affirm. Please never pay with Affirm. These buy now, pay in 4 scams, you can check out my videos about them. They don't show up on your credit history. So if you pay them off on time, that doesn't advertise good credit usage to the credit bureaus. But let's say you don't pay it off, you go to collections, then that does show up on your credit report. These pay in 4 thingies are a new scam. If you can't pay for it in one payment, you can't afford it. Getting back to RetailMeNot. So what you can do is you can click this link here to show the code. They do this sneaky thing where they open up a new tab in your browser and then they show the code. So you can copy that and continue shopping. And then what they do on the tab where you previously were, where you clicked on that link, they navigate over to the vendor's website. I think the reason they do this is so that they can put their cookie on their tracking so that when you make that purchase, they probably get a commission for that purchase. Anyways, it's an annoying little thing that I've noticed. If you know exactly why they do this, please let me know. So sites like RetailMeNot are a collection of discount codes. Some work, some don't. The tool that I showed you previously, Honey, takes this up another step further, where that extension will try out various discount codes when you're on the checkout page of a vendor. So I usually just stick with the Honey extension. When I'm buying something, I put it in my shopping cart, I go to the payment step, and then Honey will notify me that they have discount codes to try. It cycles through and picks the best code to give me the biggest discount. Honey extension, it's pretty awesome. Okay, here's my next tip, and I think this one is kind of interesting. Did you know that there is a secondary market for gift cards? Yep, that's right. So grandma buys you a gift card to Walmart. You can use that gift card at Walmart, or you can go and sell it on one of these secondary markets. Some of the legitimate websites that do this are giftcards.com, Raise, and CardCash. I've used Raise quite a bit, and I'll show you how it works. All right, here we are on Raise's website, and they are advertising all of the gift cards that they have for sale. These gift cards are offered for sale at various levels of discount. For example, we have Domino's gift cards, which are up to 25% off. Let's take a look at those. I don't do a lot of shopping at Domino's, but if I did, hey, why not buy one of these electronic gift cards and pay for it with that? So what do we have here? We have a $100 digital gift card that is on sale for $89. Instant savings of 11%. And there are various other ones as well. I've done this, a couple of tips here. Only use this with electronic gift cards. I don't want to buy a gift card and then wait for the physical card to be mailed to me. If I buy the electronic gift card, I usually get it in my email inbox within a matter of minutes. My second tip for purchasing discounted gift cards is to only purchase a card if you're ready to make your purchase. It doesn't make a lot of sense to buy a gift card without a purchase in mind. Otherwise, it's just going to be sitting around in your digital wallet and you'll probably forget about it, like all of those physical gift cards that you got for Christmas. Okay, my final tip for getting the best price on every purchase is mainly for in-store purchases. I read a quote somewhere. If you can remind me where this comes from, please let me know, because I've racked my brain and I can't find it. And they called it the millionaire question. The millionaire question is this: are you offering any discounts? Is there a discount on that? Do you have any specials going on right now? It never hurts to ask for a discount. The worst they could say is, nope, sorry, no deals right now. Or if there are, they can say, yep, we can give you 15% off. So it never hurts, but it just might save you some money. Let me tell you a story. So this year, my wife and I decided to finally buy a new mattress. We'd had the same mattress since the year we were married. In fact, we used some of our wedding money to buy this mattress. It served us well, but 17 years later, it was time for a new one. We decided that we wanted to shop around and try out the mattresses ourselves. We weren't really interested in those online vendors who sell you a sponge-like mattress that has to inflate, and then if you don't like it, you can mail it back to them. So we toured around the stores around our neighborhood, found a store with some mattresses we liked. We decided on a mattress, told the salesperson we were ready to purchase, and he asked me a strange question. He said, "How long are you willing to wait for this mattress?" Now, before I answered, what was going through my mind was maybe they're having inventory problems and it's going to take him a while to get this in stock. I told him I could wait a few weeks, and he said, "That's great. I can give you the President's Day sale price today." So what he did was he saved my order until the President's Day sale went into effect. He placed my order, and then I received the mattress. Thanks to the salesperson and me being willing to wait about 4 weeks for my mattress, I got $600 off. Now, this is a variation on the millionaire question where I never even got around to asking the question. The salesperson was just nice enough to offer the deal to me if I was willing to wait. So keep that in mind. It never hurts to ask for a discount.
Let's check in on the PSA around the web.
I've had a lot of fun this week over at TikTok and Instagram talking about a big misstep that Wendy's has taken in the news. Back to the topic of dynamic pricing, I predicted several weeks ago that now with digital signs at restaurants, they were going to start moving the prices around during the day. And Wendy's CEO announced just that on a call with investors, and it did not go well. Here are 2 videos I posted on TikTok and Instagram discussing this topic. I saw this coming and I warned you. No, this is not a joke. Wendy's will start implementing dynamic pricing in 2025. Folks, we are witnessing the next evolution in the United States worship at the altar of supply and demand. Wendy's has invested over $20 million in their digital signage, which, in addition to letting you see the sizzle on the bacon, will now allow them to raise and lower the prices of burgers throughout the day. Yep, surge pricing is officially here for the fast food industry. Your hamburger is now going to cost more during lunch and dinner time. And who knows, maybe if the lines start getting too long, they'll raise prices there too. Higher prices leads to lower demand, right? So what's next? Here's my prediction. Fast food subscriptions. Everybody's going to the subscription model nowadays. It guarantees the vendor a consistent monthly income. Want your Baconator to only cost $6 instead of $10? Easy. Just sign up for Uncle Dave's Premium Pass, which only costs $19.95 per month. Wendy's has had a bad week after all the backlash from their discussion of dynamic pricing, which they've walked back and said they won't do. That's yet to be seen. However, in the meantime, it did get me thinking, does dynamic pricing even make sense in the fast food industry? Basic economics teaches us that prices are driven by scarcity. When supplies are low and demand is high, then prices raise in order to capture the most value from consumers. On the other hand, when supplies are high but demand is low, then prices lower in order to entice more customers. But does this work at a fast food restaurant? In today's world, when you go to Wendy's, the price of a Baconator stays the same throughout the day. That first Baconator to come off the grill costs the same price as the last one that they cook at the end of the day. What if there aren't enough Baconators for everyone waiting in line? In today's world, they get divvied out on a first-come, first-served basis. Now run a thought experiment with me. Wendy's decides to implement their dynamic pricing. When they open for lunch at 11 a.m., a Baconator costs $8. As the line grows and the number of people wanting to buy a Baconator increases, so does the price. It starts creeping up to $10, then to $12. Those people waiting in line, some of them begin to get disgusted by the price increase and leave to get a hamburger somewhere else. The die-hard Baconator fans stick around and jump ahead in line and are happy, or at least okay with, paying $14 for their Baconator. So who wins? Well, Wendy's gets to sell the same number of hamburgers at higher prices, capturing more profits. However, is that worth the public backlash due to such cutthroat capitalism? What do you think? So due to the bad backlash online, the Wendy's CEO has walked back this statement, saying that they will not be using surge pricing with their new digital signs. That remains to be seen. If you'd like to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, my handle is the PSA Damien. Thanks for tuning in to episode 8 of Your Money on Easy Mode. Your homework assignment is to install one of the tools or use one of the tools that I discussed today in order to get the best price when you're shopping. If you enjoyed this episode, please like it and subscribe and tell a friend about it. See ya!
Thanks for listening to Your Money on Easy Mode. If you enjoyed this episode, then please subscribe and share it with a friend.